Morning, guys. We'll get started in a minute. Can you guys see my screen? I don't know if it's loaded yet. Let me have a look and refresh. Mine still has not updated. Let me know if you guys can see my screen or hear me. Should be working. I can hear you and see screen. Okay. My YouTube's not loading properly, so I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes and see if it loads up. Give me a second so I can see my screen and make sure that everything's working properly. At the moment, it just says it's like waiting for the stream to start. It might be a glitch or something. Oh wait, I think it's working now. Oh, there we go. It's working. Okay, cool. Perfect. All right. All right, guys. Good morning. Good afternoon. Yeah, everything should be working. It's working fine on my side. So a lot of movers this morning. You can see on the left-hand side here is simply just all the plays that I'm watching for pre-market. The blue ones are just colored in the watch, mainly the top watches, and then sub $1 plays are just the orange ones. So that's kind of how I've organized it, but it's not in any particular order in terms of which one's the best, which one's the worst. I kind of mainly just focus on the above $1 plays because I don't trade sub $1, but I just keep an eye on these because I just give some setups for people in the Discord, so that's why I just have it here on watch. Wait, same screen? You guys can see it? Can everyone see it or not? Let me know. One sec, let me try and sort this out. Yeah, I just want to make sure it's working because I don't want to be talking to myself. And you guys can't see my screen, so. Sorry guys, just bear with me for a few minutes. Hello. All right, yeah, so I really like this ICCM. This ICCM chart is very good, so I'm expecting this one to run today, hopefully. I know it's usually got pumped back in the day when I was under sub $1 play, but if it can hold this $1, we should be all right. Let me just find out if everything's working. Sorry guys, just bear with me for a sec. Sorry guys, can you just respond and let me know if you can make sure you can see the screen and hear me fine? I know a couple of people are having issues with it, but I just want to make sure that everyone can see it. Otherwise, I feel like I'm talking to myself and you guys can't see anything. Everything seems to be working on my side. Okay, cool, it's working. All right. Okay, so ICCM is definitely on my watch. It had this falling wedge. You can clearly see it broke out of it. 125 is this resistance level now. Okay, so you can see here was previous support, broke below, and then we can just mark this level as well because this is going to be an area of support, so it's 110. So we have that at the moment. So if it rejects here, it's going to come to the 110. If it doesn't, it's going to come all the way to $1, right? So at the moment, it's bullish. We do expect it to continue to the upside. Breaks 125. It does have room to like 137, then 145. So let's see if this does continue to push to the upside. RNA, this one was a runner earlier. I gave it to you guys on Twitter and obviously in the Discord. I don't know what we traded. We traded the breakout of it. I think it was like 4% or something. It wasn't anything crazy, but that's kind of where it was with this. You can see these wicks here. This is just the 8 a.m. wicks as part of what happens. I think it's mainly because of brokers when when they can start trading. So if this can push up, should be good. But it's setting up in a falling wedge. So if you notice the falling wedge here, this is a bullish chart pattern. For those who are new, you will notice on all my trades, well, not all my trades, but on majority of my charts that I put on Webull, on Twitter, and obviously in the Discord, this is my kind of go-to setup. It's a bullish setup. It's just called a falling wedge. You guys can look it up on YouTube. But if you are in the Discord, you guys know the seminars there for you guys to watch as well. So I go in depth of obviously how to take this, take trades off this as well. So this is really my go-to setup. I have like 4 or 5 other setups, but this is kind of my go-to one, and it works pretty well. If you can master it, I wouldn't say I've mastered it, but I have a pretty good win rate on it. I would say there's at least 80% win rate on these setups if I do take them with all my confidences, but majority of the time that's kind of the setup I go to throughout the day on my trades. BDRX, this one ran 83% yesterday. For those who were trading yesterday, this is a very bullish chart. Obviously it's only down 4%, which isn't much, right? So there's always gonna be a pullback, especially from 83%, right? We can say this is technically a falling wedge as well. You'll notice with most of the charts that I do for you guys is pretty much this kind of setup. Simply because I do this every single day and I notice it pretty much as an instinct. So the more you practice, obviously, the better you'll get at it. But this looks bullish for now. We have it on the 15-minute as well. So hopefully we can hold 450, which is a psychological level. This is really the support level here. That's 468. But I'm just going to move it to 450 because that's just a solid psychological level. Okay, cool, no problem. Yeah, I don't know what's happening. I think it was just delayed or it was a glitch or something. This looks very good though. So BDRX looks very nice. Definitely add this to your watch list. It looks very bullish. Hopefully you get continuation. So here's BDRX. I will post this on Twitter as well for you guys to just keep an eye on this one as well, and I'll just update it if it does break out. So this is very bullish chart. So that means that I just expect it to break out. Where do I normally enter? Guys, I never, ever enter on a breakout. I always enter within the chart pattern or lower to the support area. So that's kind of how I trade the setup. I don't wait for the breakout simply because if you know technicals and you know the chart patterns, right? If this is a bullish chart, bullish reversal pattern, meaning that you expect price to go from a downtrend to an uptrend, I'm going to enter within the chart pattern because what's expected is that the chart is supposed to break out. If it doesn't, it's okay. I have my stop loss there, but I'm always just going to enter within it because it gives me more of a profit margin here rather than playing the breakout here to 520 and maybe only goes to 450 as opposed to entering it all the way to 469 and then 550, right? So there's a big price change in that you'll notice if you start trading these kind of setups, but I never enter the breakout. I never enter with that. I mean, outside of the wedge, I always enter within the wedge. RDHL, this one's okay. It's up 15%, but it's looking all right. I mean, I guess we have a bullish pennant here, so we can just add this to it. So we have here and then here, right? So we'll see. This is expected to break out as well. So if this breaks out, we should push to the high of day, which is 141. So keep this one on watch as well, RDHL. This one, CAPT, this did run 74% yesterday. I pretty much nailed this entry. I gave it to you guys as well. It was around here. So this is where I entered my trade. If you guys want me to do trade reviews, like 1 or 2 of my trade setups that I did for, say, yesterday or the previous day, I don't mind doing it, so that's what I can start doing as well, so you guys can understand. Wait, where was my entry? Oh, here. So my entry was around, I got in 293 or something. It was around here, wasn't it? I'll tell you now where I got in. Let me try and work out. Give me 1 sec. Let me find out so I can show you exactly what I did with this chart. I entered at 296 or 293. It was 2001 is 203. So I think it was around here. So it was simply just the same thing that I do all the time that I mentioned to you guys is the falling wedge pattern. So obviously looking now, everything's easy in hindsight, right? You can see that I was just a straight uptrend, very bullish, right? This part here. So we're looking from this, right? Very easy, just play the trend line. But looking back at it now, it's easy. But if you're trading in the moment, it's completely different, right? Everything is easy in hindsight. This is where I actually entered. So I got in 293. Where was it? I think it was around here. Or 296 or something. I can't remember, but anyway, I think it was this level here. But we can see we did exactly what I expected, right? We're in the falling wedge. We did exactly what we wanted, breakout, and it ran all the way up to 483. So if we look at the price change on this alert, right, I gave it 293, ran all the way up. Yeah, so 61% alert on that. Obviously, I didn't hold all the way to the top. I was pretty much done earlier, so I can't remember where I sold, but it was around like the high threes, so like 360, 370. So that's where I scaled up because I went to bed. But yeah, this is pretty much staple entry for me in this setup, right? It looks easy now because it's already played out, but I always enter within the wedge, and pretty simple strategy for me set up. Cydio, this one's looking great. I gave it to you guys earlier this morning. I can't remember what time it was, but let me see if I can find it. Cydio, where did I give it? So Cydio, when I posted the chart, it was at 221, right? It ran all the way to 235. I'm expecting this one to run. It's done exactly what I expected, right? So I have it on the 30-minute chart here. So you can see this is a falling wedge. It's not that clean, but I know it ran 13% yesterday. It's a former runner. We know the potential of this play. So this was on my watch list for the Discord and for you guys on Twitter. So it did exactly what I expected. So I'm hoping 247 should break today easily, in my opinion. I'll wait for entries on that. Shot, I like this setup, but it looks like this resistance is a very strong level here, 485 or 486. So I would just have to adjust the lines for it to still be within this, I guess you could say, ascending triangle, but it's not that clean anymore. But I would just mark this 486. If it breaks that, you got room to 508, and then I think it was like 542 or something. So keep this one on watch. This is a parabolic run, honestly. This thing's done some crazy things in the last couple of weeks. HKD, we know this thing. If you guys know about the stock at all, this thing ran to 2,500, which was pretty insane that day. I can't even remember how much percent it was up, but literally it started the day at $280 and it ran all the way to 2,000. We can even look at this for interest. Yeah, it was like 89%. No, that's way more than 89%. But anyway, regardless of that, this is kind of what the chart is like known for, this parabolic runner. I think there was something to do, it's Chinese stock. I'm not sure exactly why it ran that day, but it was something to do with some trade or something. I can't remember exactly, but this is a bullish chart pattern if you guys don't know this one, along with the falling wedge that I draw. This is kind of my go-to setup as well, right? This is expected to break out like that. Just one thing to remember for those who are new, to basically follow me on Twitter, because I get a lot of new followers every day, so welcome. But with every single chart that I post on my Twitter, right, unless someone requests a chart and I will analyze it and tell you guys this is a bearish chart, low volume, whatever, I personally just avoid low volume downtrend plays. It's not my kind of style. It's pretty much irrelevant to me. So that's why I just simply trade the top gainers and the runners from previous days. So I expect them to basically rinse and repeat throughout the weeks and days. But yeah, in regards to my posts that I put on Twitter, I expect every single chart that I post myself without replying to you guys is all the stocks that I expect to go up, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that I've got into the stock. People in the Discord know I give 3 to 5 or 3 to 6 alerts a day maximum, right? I don't give 100 alerts and expect all 100 to run. I'm very realistic with my trading. So all the charts that I put on Twitter are simply plays that I expect to run. Just ensure that you guys have a stop loss. If you haven't read my risk management strategy, right, I broke it down for you guys pretty well, and just in a realistic way, because that's how I trade. I have for the last 2.5 years. I will post it in here for you guys as well if you haven't read it. So this is it over here. Just read that, understand it. That's kind of just a very conservative way of trading. I know a lot of people have different styles of trading, but that's what works for me. And if you're especially trading volatile stocks like these small caps, right, it's always very important to ensure a stop loss. If you guys don't have stop loss on your trades, you won't be in the market for a long time, to be honest. So yeah, it's just very important to do that. Have a read. You can see everything that I've done there with that. SVRE, I don't like this one at all. It's down. It was at 43% yesterday, to be fair. It's still up 7%, but in my eyes, it's not really worth it right now. This is a simple trade that I would not enter at all, right? If you guys are trying to enter this trade, you're kind of just trying to catch a falling knife, right? What is the reason to be entering this trade? There's no sign of a support level. There's no sign of an uptrend. There's no sign of any reclaim of any of the 90 EMA, 20 EMA, anything like that, right? So You need to wait for this to find support. You need to wait for a push to the upside. Safe entries would be above 0.6. But for me, I won't be entering this at all today, even if it runs crazy. It's not my kind of play. HSCS, this one, we can see these are just the levels here. Also, for those who are new and just followed me on Twitter, you'll see my pin tweet and what all these colors are. I've just added one additional color. I might edit it or just add a tag underneath. This blue, the dark blue line, is simply just a psychological level. So you can see 0.25, 0.5, $1, $1.50, $2, $4, $5, right? So those psychological levels are very important. So I just indicated with the blue. Orange is just a key area of support. This is resistance, resistance. And the purple line is, this is a kind of color where it's safe entries above. The reason is because that's the high of today. That's why I marked it there. But obviously, if you start to see chart patterns that give a reversal, that's where you can look for entries as well. ESGL, this is as expected. I think I literally just put this on my Twitter like before I started this. So if you go onto my Twitter, yeah, I said reversing off support. So how do I know this is support, right? Very, very easy to see, guys. Just look left of your chart. Where has been the low of the day? Here, right? If you want to be exactly accurate, it could be this 133. I just kept it this 131 because this is kind of the low of the day. It's respecting it here, right? Sellers are slowing down. Look how big this candle is, right? All these red cells. Then you identify what's happening, that we're starting to get buys. The green candle's getting bigger, identifying that there's a possible reversal. And then look at this big bullish engulfing candle. So channel down pattern is a bullish reversal pattern. So you expect price to go like this and then push up. I know that the chart pattern sounds deceiving because it says channel down, expecting to go down, but it's completely the opposite, right? So it's doing what you expect, hitting the support and resistance levels, and now we have kind of 2 or 3 confluences for this entry, right? So you have an area of support, you have a bullish reversal pattern, you have a bullish engulfing pattern. 3 things to identify that there is a possible reversal on this one. So ESGL looks good. For me personally, this would have been a perfect entry around this 131 to like 135. This is where I probably would have alerted. And then you can see it's now pushing up. We have 160 and then literally 177 as your next level. So I'm going to put this on Twitter for you guys to keep an eye on this one. I know a lot of people will be watching this. So I'm just going to identify that this one is looking good. I'll go over your charts now. So guys, post some tickers and I will go over some charts. If you have any general questions about my trading, anything about the Discord that we have, just anything really trading related, feel free to ask. No question's a dumb question. We're all here to learn. I'll give my best advice where I can for that. Verb as well. Verb's okay. It's not really my interest. It's down that. You said E. Which one was it? E something. Oh, ESGL. Oh, EFTR. EFTR. So we can see what's happened. Down 17% yesterday, 4.6% up this morning. This price action is not my kind of setup at all, simply because there's low volume on it. We need to go to a larger time frame to identify the trend, so we can start maybe at the 4 hour. 4 hour does not look great in my opinion. Look how choppy this is, right? So you can see the range that it's trading in. You can see that this was the previous range, right? So around here was the levels like that. We can see that obviously it broke above, but now look, it's come all the way down. So for me, for safe entries, I would have to wait all the way up here. I know it's a long way up, but that's just for safe entries. Because if you're trying to enter now, right, you don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to keep coming down? Is it going to go up, down, right? Try and identify where the trend is. Then if it's pushing up, look for confluences for you to enter your trade, and then that's kind of how it is. But at the moment, I wouldn't be entering this, right? You can simply see every time it's in this consolidation zone, right? It's simply just consolidating. So trying to break above here, it didn't have enough. Yeah, there's a huge bullish bearish engulfing candle here. So for me, it's not a great setup. So I would avoid this for now, personally. ICCM, I really like this setup. As long as it holds this $1 level, I'll be interested in it. But yeah, it kind of needs to be above this like 145 level for me to be very interested in this, to look for possible setup. But at the moment, we identify that's in a downtrend. We can also identify that, look, it's pretty much trading within this consolidation zone, right? So this can be your consolidation zone right here. So we can put this here. So we change that to yellow. We can put this to yellow, like this. and then we have this level here, right? So if you're trying to enter in a consolidation zone, there's a high risk on this. Why? Because you don't understand, don't know where the stock is going to go. Wait for it to confirm. If it drops below, great, you're not in the trade. If it breaks above, that's where you can look for possible entries. Trying to enter within this is a complete gamble, right? So you're going to be gambling from 125 or 125 to 113. You're going to be risking, right, 10% of your account just to try and make a few dollars, right? Because it doesn't make sense. If it breaks above here, you expect it to push up. If it breaks below, you expect it to pull down, right? It's literally that simple. So identify the trend, identify if there's any zone that is pretty much trading in like this. I wouldn't enter here, wait for a break above. That's where you can identify that there's possible entry. So I know it sucks that we have to obviously wait for that kind of setup, but I'd rather just wait than trying to just guess that the trade's going to go up, right? So that's a kind of a tip for you to look into. Last time I looked at this, it got beaten down. Yeah, so bets, this isn't looking too great either, right? So from what we can see is that there is, actually I think someone asked me this the other week. So look what's happening, right? Simply what I mentioned, if you can't see a trend, right, on the 10 minute, go to a larger time frame, go to the daily, 4 hour, whatever you want to do, okay? So for me, I'll look at the 1 hour here and identify, okay, what's happening? What is happening? You can see that it's in a huge downtrend, very bearish, right? Yes, it's trying to find an area of support. It looks like it's trying to break below. So it's probably going to go down even more. Safe entries would honestly have to be above this 0.410, simply because there is no sign of reversal at all, right? Very bearish, low volume, completely. I would avoid this completely. Unless you like to play, then fair enough. But in terms of an entry or trade setup, there's nothing really there for me. Let me have a look and see what else. Is anything else moving? HNRA, this one's moving. HNRA is up 65. Yeah, this looks good. So what we do is I'll add this to my watch list, right? It's a runner. How long is the market till the market opens? Yeah, so it's literally 30 minutes till market open. No problem, bro. It's just, the thing is, the main thing is to do, right? If you can't see what's actually happening with the stock in terms of the trend, go to a larger time frame. You don't have to go to the weekly, monthly, right? That's much too far, for my opinion. Well, for day trading, I would say the max you should go is the daily. Then identify the trend on the daily, go to maybe the 1 hour or 30 minute, and then identify what kind of trend it is. And then use the 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minute, whatever you like to do for your entries. So that's kind of how it is. A little top-down analysis, to be honest. So here, HNRA, this is kind of how I would do it if I have this chart right now. Right, I have this level here, so this is 260. So 260 is a level. We have this level here, 233. So you see how it's 233. I'm just going to move it to 230 because it's easier for me to identify. $3 is your next resistance level. We can see it try to break that, but it wicked down. So you can see we tried to break it. That's a wick. It came down. So there was a big rejection there. $3 is a big psychological level, as I mentioned to you. Right, and now we get a larger time frame and look left and identify what are the next levels on this, right? So we can clearly see that we have this 327, so I'll just put that to 330, just round it up, right? And then we have the next kind of resistance level is all the way up here, so $6. So if this breaks this 330 level, you have clean room all the way up, right? So this zone, I guess you can call it here. So here, I'll just put this all in white. So you can see this is kind of the room it has if it breaks 330. Is it going to get there today? I have no idea. When is it going to get there? I have no idea, right? But for me, when I trade realistically. I don't hold for 50, 60, 70, 100% gains every day. I enter my trade. First target's 3 to 5%. Move my stop loss up. If it keeps going, great. If it doesn't, then I stop out at my entry, right? It's very simple. That's the kind of way I trade. Realistic approach, not... I don't try and hold for unrealistic moves, right? So you have room all the way to $6 on this. So this is HNRA room to $6. I'll put this on Twitter as well for you guys. So HNRA room to $6. I mean, if this can hold this momentum, it should be a big push. So keep this on watch. So just add this to your watch list. I've just done it here. If this can break above this 330 level, keep that on watch, set an alert however you want. Breaks is $3, then you have $3.30, then $6, right? If you guys want to post some more tickets, feel free. If you want to ask me any questions, stock related, anything about Discord, anything I do, feel free to ask. I'm here to help. I'll be here for another 5 minutes. I'm going to head out. So RNA is looking good now. So why do I say that, right? We have 770. I'm going to move to 775. I prefer that kind of level. So we can see what's happening, right? The sellers are slowing down. We're finding an area of support. We should break above now. So if this at least holds us for another 5 minutes, we should be good. So this is, what trade is this? This is RNA. So I'll put this on Twitter. What is this? This is RNA. So the reason why I like the setup, right? It's doing something that I like. It's doing a falling wedge pattern. Checkpoint number 1. Checkpoint number 2 is finding an area of support. Checkpoint number 3, we need to just get a candle at least above 7.90 or even $8. Then we should see a push to the upside. But at the moment, we just need to wait for a big push to the upside. SMX still downtrend. Not really my friend at the moment. I would have to wait. Yeah, 147 or 150 would be a level that I'd be interested in. 15 minutes, BDRX. I like this one, like I mentioned. 83% up yesterday. It's only down 7% this morning, right? 450 is your big psychological level. It's in a falling wedge. Wait for it to find an area of support and push to the upside. Then you can look for entries. Trying to enter now is a higher risk. RDHL, I actually like the setup. It was 216% yesterday. Whoa. And then 15% today. Yeah, I expect this thing to go crazy today. This should continue and push to break to the upside. If you were to enter now, you need a much larger stop loss. I mean, safe stop loss would have to be around 104, which is a big stop loss. That's why I don't like to enter these $1 plays. Because 104 from this level right now is, look, we have from here to here. 104, yeah, it's a 10% stop loss. So that's much too big for me. 107 would literally be on support. So that's a little risky because you can hit this level and then bounce off. So yeah, we'll see what it does at intraday, but I do expect this to break out. It just needs to hold $1 and you should be fine. CAPT is trying to reverse. Look what's happened. We found an area of support and look where it's at a big psychological level, which is $4. You can put this in blue. So we identify that it's pulled back to an area of support. We've identified that this is a bullish engulfing candle if it closes at this, indicating a reversal. And then we should start to see a push to the upside on that. I'm going to just do a larger downtrend and then try just get as many touches as I can with these wicks. So I sometimes go through the candles, but if the trend is clear enough on the like this, so you can see, obviously that's not right at the top. If we want to, we can do it, but we would have to go through some wicks. So for me, I like to get at least 3 touches. So 1 touch, 2 touch, and then 3. Now we should start to see it reverse. You have resistance at 425, 450, then 475. So those are your levels next on this. Yeah, so watch for, yeah, this looks good. What is this play? This is CAPT. Guys, I'll be here for a couple minutes. I'll go over my watch list and then I'm going to head into the Discord. I will send the link now. Someone just asked. 2 people just asked, so I'm going to just send out the link here. So I'm expecting a breakout on this, guys. It ran 74%. It's up 2% now. It was red earlier. So yeah, this looks good. So I'm expecting a breakout on this. Oops, CAPT, not RNA. On that as well. So so basically I'll just go through my watch list and then I'm going to head into the Discord. Here's the link if you want to join. Here's the link here, so feel free to join if you want to. HNRA, pretty solid setup at the moment. It's pretty much the most bullish chart at the moment, simply because I think just had news, that's why it's running. But yeah, it looks very good. You have, remember what I mentioned, there's $3, $3.30, and then look, it was room to $6 from what I remember. Yeah, so there's $3.30, have room to $6. ICCM, look, it's still in that consolidation zone, still in the downtrend, no reason to enter that one. RNA, what did I mention to you guys on this? Finding an area of support, I expect it to push up, and it's done exactly what I said, right? I would have been in this trade and given us an alert already in Discord if it was intraday. I don't give alerts during pre-market. However, I do share setups and that during pre-market in the Discord, but yeah, when I get in a trade or if I get in a trade or I will alert it. That's kind of how it is. So RNA, put this one on Twitter as well. I know I just put it in, but it looks good. So RNA is reversing. So this would be a good watch because look, market's opening up soon, right? We're finding areas apart, we're pushing up, buyers are stepping in towards open. So that's a very good sign. Yeah, I would definitely keep that on watch. And then we have SMX. I need to get some better. I don't really like these wicks, but I know sometimes Weeble's a bit funny. But this is kind of what you have on this. 148 or 150 would be your next level to look for. BDRX, this one's looking good. I pretty much mentioned this to you guys as well. This one's in a falling wedge. It just needs to come down to, well, this is a major area of support right here. So we can just leave it 470 for now. So 470. 470 is your area of support, right? So we found it 1 touch, 2, 3, 4. Right now we're starting to get buys stepping in. It should break above. RDHL, I really like this setup. I mentioned this earlier, 216% yesterday, 12% today. I'm expecting this to break out. If it doesn't, you have 107, then $1. CAPT, this one's looking good. We found an area of support at $4. We're pushing up to the upside. It should break above as well. This ran 75% yesterday. Cydio, this is just a larger time frame setup, so we have to wait a little longer on this. But we have 247, then we have 260, then 272. Shot, this one doesn't look too good at the moment, so I'm just going to edit my lines here. But the main level here is 486, right? It's a huge resistance level. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 touches here, just identifying that's a strong area of resistance. Break that. It has a lot of room on this one. So we put this blue, just have to adjust some lines here. And then this 430 is your area of support, right? So why did it pull back to this? Previous resistance became support. It literally pulled back here, and now it's hopefully going to push to the upside. HKD, this one's all right. Pretty weird price action for now, but hopefully it does break up. SVRE, no reasons to be entering this one. I'm probably going to move this off my watch list. It's just coming lower and lower every time I see it. HSCS, this one's got 2.25 as your support. ESGL, nothing really going on with this at the moment. Verb, this one as well, I'm not really interested, so I'll remove this from my watch list. And then what else is going on here? Yeah, this thing's crazy. HNRA is going to probably do something crazy at open, so I might take some Lotto shares, to be honest. Okay, and then RNA, what's that RNA doing? So RNA is trying to break out now, right? So this looks good. Hopefully get the $8 recame and then push to the upside on that. That'll look very good. CMND, then I'll head into the Discord. CMND. Did this just have news or something? Or did it just start running? I'll just keep this on my watch list. Yeah. So this is kind of what I have on CMND. Wait, did this have a reverse split? Someone posted in the Discord about it, I think. Oh, it did. Yeah, it did have a reverse split. So all I would do in this, right? I don't know what the trend is. Well, I guess we can say it's a downtrend. Simply just mark the high, which is 484. And then just mark the support level, which is here, 360, I would put. 360, so we have that support level here. And then just mark the high. And then what trend is it? Downtrend, right? So very easy to see this like that. So that's kind of what you have with CMND at the moment. Keep this on watch though. All right, guys, I'm going to head into the Discord. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on Twitter. That's where I'm most active. If you guys are new, can you like up the stream? Or if you can like the stream up, and if you're new, subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. But yeah, that's kind of what I have for today. I'll post as normal if I see any setups. But I hope you guys have a great day, and I will catch